Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I am going to continue implementing the framework concepts in the so far automated tests related to the register account functionality so that while automating the other functionality test cases, it will become easier for us. Okay. So, this is, I think, the seventh part, okay, of implementing the framework concepts into the project. So, let's see how it goes. So let's go to the project where we have automated this 27 test case of the register account functionality and try to implement some framework concepts which will make the things better. Okay. So I'll just open the first test case here and see that we are calling a method here. Let's go to the method. Here the browser name is hard coded. Okay. The browser name is hard coded and here the URL of the application is hard coded. And after once we come back to the test, what else is hard coded? The first name is hard coded, the last name is hard coded, telephone number is hard coded, password is hard coded. Lot of data in this particular test. Okay. So in all these 27 tests, some data is hard coded, guys. We have to centralize the data. Why we have to centralize the data? Tomorrow, tomorrow, guys, if something changes, we have to go to each and every test and then modify the hard coded data. Okay. For now, 27 tests are there. Okay, for now, let's say there are 27 tests. And here in 27 tests, if you are using the same first name, tomorrow if you want to change the first name to some other thing, if you do, instead of Varun, you want to enter Varun tomorrow, you have to go to all these 27 tests where you are entering the Arun and then modify that to Varun, which is of high maintenance. Okay, sometimes in individual test, you will provide the application URL. The client may change the URL. Okay, whatever the URL that you need to test as part of the application has been changed by the client. Then what you have to do? You have to go to all these individual tests and update or modify the latest URL so that the scripts need to work. So is that a good thing? No. Okay. Going to each and individual test and update the hard coded data is not a good idea. Then how to overcome this problem? To overcome this problem, we are going to centralize the data. Okay. We are going to remove the hard coding of the data and centralize it so that all this automation tests will access the data, the modified data from a single file. Okay, from a single file. So if a particular application URL changes, or if you want to run the scripts on a different browser, if you want to enter a particular first name, all these things you don't have to touch each and every test case here. Rather than that, you just have to go to that single file, single centralized file where the data is, centralized, so you just update only one time there and all this test will access the data which is updated from that centralized file so that there is no problem of hard coding in our automation scripts. Okay. So how to achieve this? To achieve this, guys, to achieve this, we need to wherever you want to. Okay. So what we have to do here is I'll just go to the to achieve this, I'll go to the src main java utils. Under common utils, I'll create a method. Okay. I'll create a method in this common utils. I'll just say public void load properties, load properties. Okay, like this I'll create one method. Okay, like this I'll create a method, guys. If you call this method, the properties file need to be loaded. Okay, so load properties file. In order to access the data from a centralized file, we need to load the properties. Okay, first we need to create an object for the properties prop is equal to new properties. Like this you need to create the code. Okay, hold the mouse on this and import this properties from java.util package, and here I need to load the properties file prop.load. Here it is, either you can load with help of file input stream or file reader, anything is fine. You can take any of these things. So yeah, we'll go with the file reader and see what will happen. Here I'll write down file reader fr is equal to new file reader, and here hold the mouse and import this file reader from java.io package, and the constructor you don't have to keep it empty. Rather, you provide the path of the file. Okay, you just provide the path of the file, that is properties file. Till now I didn't create any properties file here. So how to create the properties file? To create the properties file, I'll create one more source folder known as src test resources. Okay, so here it is not there. So to create that, go to the project location, Just select, right click on the project and select properties. Go to the project location. Go inside the project folder. SRC is there. Test and main are there here. Under the test, we have Java. Along with the Java, you need to create one more folder known as resources folder. Okay, that's it. Once you do that, save this and refresh the project once. Refresh the project once, and you will see that resources folder has been created. So do one thing, just right click here and say, okay, here there is a problem. That's okay. Let's keep this aside for a while. And here, resources folder, source folder has been created. Create a new file. I'll just name this. Okay, I'll just name this file as project data dot properties. Extension should be properties file. Create the properties file. Here, a lot of things that you need to update, you need to provide. For now, I created the properties file. It is kind of blank. That's okay. I'll go to the common utils where I'm loading the properties file here. And I'll simply give the path of the properties file here. How to give the property of the path of the properties file? System dot get property here user.dir user.dir, which is a path of the project under the project plus double backward slash under the project under src folder under test folder under resources folder. Okay, create project data dot properties. Okay, create project data dot properties file and copy this fr and provide it here. Okay, now for the mouse, it's asking you to surround with try catch block. Here also, this is also asking you to surround with try catch block. So let's put the try block here. So what is the kind of exception it's asking us to? File not found exception here, input output exception. Okay, IO exception is the main one. So just surround this with try catch block, try catch, IO exception, E, that's it. E dot print, E dot print stack trace. If any problem with the file, you'll get the message like this. Okay, that's fine. So we are loading the properties file. Once you load the properties file, take that prop and okay, return prop. Okay, just return that prop here. It should be properties. Okay, the return type should be properties. So we need to load the properties file and we need to return the object reference of the properties. Okay, what properties file we need to load, it should be given here. That's fine. Okay, this method when you call, it will load the this project data dot properties file. It will load automatically. Save this. Now once you save this, so go to the base.java where the browser name need to be, we need to remove the hard coding of the browser and also we need to remove the hard coding of the application URL. So how to do that? Here, okay, here go to common utils again. Go to common utils again and make this method as static method. Static method so that I can call this method with the help of the class name directly. Common utils dot load properties I can simply say. Okay, wherever I need to load, I'll simply say common utils dot load properties. Okay, load properties. This will return you the object of the properties file. Okay, properties prop is equal to for the mouse import it from java.util package. Copy this prop and write down prop dot get property and give the name of the key name of the property. Here in the properties data dot properties file, we didn't give the browser name. Okay, let's say browser is equal to whatever the browser. Let's say I'll give Chrome. Let's say Chrome. So what is the key here? Browser. Or you can also give browser name, whatever that. Okay, browser name. Copy this and go to this. Save this. Copy this and go to this base.java and here give browser name. So with this key name, it will load the properties file. Okay, once the properties file got loaded and using the object reference, if you see say browser name from the properties file with the key browser name, what is the value is there Chrome, that will be retrieved and okay, this will be given and assigned to the browser name here. And second thing is the application URL here, that is prop dot get property prop.getProperty. Here application URL we have to give. What is the application page URL? Here simply say app URL is equal to, just give that application URL, that is this application page URL, right? Copy this URL and paste it here. Save this. Once you save this, go back here and simply write down app URL. Copy this app URL and paste it here. Simple. Okay. Save this. Save this. That's it. You see, you have removed the hard coding of the browser here, or coding of the application. Tomorrow the application URL changes. You don't have to touch any of this code in this project. Okay. If application URL changes, just go to the properties file directly under the resources, src test resources source folder, and update the details here. So after this part is done, after this base thing is done, and you have written the driver back, go to the test case here. What else we need to remove the hard coding of? We have to see. What else we have to remove the hard coding of? We have to see. So what we have to remove the hard coding of? This is fine. This is fine. Here, the first name. Copy this. Copy this first name, and here go here, and here say first name is equal to. Give that. Copy this. Save this. Go back to the test, and here how to load the properties file. Here in the setup method itself will load the properties file. Here I'll simply write down properties prop. Okay, import this, and here simply write down prop is equal to sorry, here I should not be writing like this. Okay, we have something like this, like yeah, I think that's correct only. Properties prop is equal to common utils dot load properties. This will load this particular properties file and return the prop object reference, and this object reference we are going to use in our scripts. Okay, so here we are going to use, that is prop dot get property. The property name, you have to give the property name as the first name. Okay, give the property name as the first name. Using with the help of the key, you'll get the actual first name. And here prop dot, right, copy this value, that is the last name value. Go here and simply say last name is equal to, give that last name. Don't give double quotes. Without double quotes you have to give. Copy this property name, come back here and simply write down prop.get property and last name property. And here telephone, copy this telephone, come back here, write down telephone number is equal to, give the telephone number. Save this, copy this, and simply write down prop.get property of telephone number. Your password is there, copy this password, just write that as a valid password here. Valid password is equal to, okay, copy this valid password and come back to this script and simply write down prop dot get property and give the property name, then write down prop dot get property and give the property name. That's it. All the hard coded data has been removed now. The next part here is anything that I need to remove the hard coding of. I'm just checking. Okay, that's it guys. Whatever the data you are entering into the fields and all those stuff, you have removed the hard coding of. That's correct. This part is done. So the first test case, we have removed the hard coding of the data in the first test case. Similarly, we have to remove the hard coding of the data in the other test cases we have under this. Okay. Go to second test case here. Second test case also, you have to do the same thing. Wherever you see some hard coded data, okay, simple here, you have to simply write properties, prop, and here simply write prop is equal to common utils dot load properties. That's it. Now use this prop dot get property and here write down the first name, which is the, which will retrieve the Arun. Okay, prop dot get property and here you will give last name, paste it here, and then telephone, for telephone also prop dot get property, here you write down telephone number, here password, valid password, get prop dot get password, get property, prop dot get property, and here write down this one. Copy this and paste it here. Similarly, here also prop dot get property and here write down valid password. Okay, done. That's also done. And any other thing I need to remove the hard coding of? Okay, we'll see in the script if there is anything that need to be removed the hard coding of. Okay, I think this is good to go with. Okay, we have properly removed the hard coding of the data in this properties file from in this second test case also now. I don't find any other stuff other than that. And go with the third test case now. Similarly, in the third test case, we have to remove the hard coding of the data. So properties, prop, okay, over the mouse, import this and simply write down prop is equal to common utils dot load properties. And once you load the properties file, take this object reference and here write down prop dot get property and here write down the first name. Copy this first name and paste it here. Here last name, prop dot get property. Here write down the last name, then telephone. Here we have to get property. You have to go to the file and give the telephone number. Once you give the telephone number, here we need to give the password. Prop dot get property, double quotes, and give the password key. Copy the same thing, and here also you have to give the same password into the password confirm field and see whether any other data we need to remove the hard coding of. I think that's done. Three test cases we have removed the hard coding so far. We have removed the hard coding in three test cases so far. Okay. Fourth one. Do we have anything in this fourth one where we have to remove the hard coding of? I don't think so. We don't have anything in this fourth one to remove the hard coding of. Let's go to the fifth one, fifth test case. In the fifth test case, we have the data for which we have to remove the hard coding of. Here again, we have to say properties, prop, import it, and simply say here prop is equal to common utils dot load properties prop. Just write on prop dot get property and here give the first name as a property key. Property name, and its value will be retrieved. Last name, for retrieving the last name, we have to write prop dot get property and here write down last name. Copy this and give that here. And here telephone, prop dot get property and here give telephone number. Come back here and paste it here, telephone. And here write down prop dot get property. Here give valid password. Then write down prop dot get property. Again valid password. Okay, click and all those stuff. And then I think that's it. We have removed the hard coding of the detail required things here also. Okay. Okay, save this. Go with the sixth one. Yeah, here also we need to remove the hard coding of. Like this, in multiple files, we have to remove the hard coding of. Okay. So we'll do one thing. We'll stop here, and in the next session, we'll see what type of data we need to remove the hard coding from the sixth test case to the remaining 27 test cases. For now, we'll stop here for this particular session. We'll stop here and we have implemented the properties file, load the properties file, and we have started removing the hard coding of the data from the properties file. The remaining stuff of removing the hard coding of the data from the remaining files here from 6th test case to the 22nd and 27th test case I'm going to show in the next session. Okay. So that's all, guys. See you in the next session. Bye.